What's up, y'all? This whole Kendrick Lamar album has me thinking about hip hop in crazy different ways, and I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit more. So this is For the Love Of, and today we're talking about For the Love Of regions. And the reason why I say regions is because in hip hop, it's a very, very big thing to be where you from. You know, one thing about hip hop, we love the real. We love it when you claim where you from. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you have some examples of rappers who come from a different place and travel to a different place and then started claiming that place, but there was still love embedded with it. You know, a big example of that is Tupac. Tupac was born in New York, Brooklyn, I believe, and then he went to school in Baltimore for a little bit, and then after that he moved to California and started repping the West Coast really heavy. But one thing Kendrick Lamar is kind of trying to push, and one thing that I've seen decline in hip hop for a long time, because I've been a hip hop fan, I'm a hip hop head, is the regional sound that's there. A lot of people, if you hear like a lot of rap nowadays, a lot of people just sound like they're from Atlanta, or they have like Atlanta mixed with like New York, mixed with like a Memphis type accent and flow. And it's not bad because, you know, like a popular song was popular and you want to start saying like the lingo and everything, but hip-hop has lost certain aspects of like itself. Was that guy honking at me? Hip-hop has lost certain aspects of itself because it's lost certain regional sounds. I remember when Outkast, you know, the South has something to say. You feel me? The West Coast coming. You know, the East don't love Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. The East don't love Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta having their run. Tennessee having their run, you know. I seen niggas in Alaska talking about, you know, we Alaskans, you know, all this. You know, I'm from Maryland. And when I hear Maryland hip-hop, when I hear Maryland rap, it's completely different than hearing rap from North Carolina or hearing rap from Texas, you know? So the idea of having a regional sound is very big in hip-hop because it gives for diversity. I'm not gonna lie, I had to stop saying cap because cap is an Atlanta slang, which is not a bad thing, but you have people from like Chicago walk around cap. You know what I'm saying? Losing certain touches of their own regions. You know, me, I'm from Maryland, I'm from the DMV, so I go with a lot of DMV lingo, I go with a lot of DMV hip hop, I go with a lot of DMV things. I always try to rep the region that I'm from. I'm from Southern Maryland specific, you know? And this idea that hip hop has always been attuned towards its different region and then coming together and creating something big is beautiful. Jermaine Dupri with Welcome to Atlanta, the remix where he had people from St. Louis, New York. We're not going to talk about the artists from New York, but he has some other people there kind of like bringing in the style of their regions, and you can hear it on the tracks and you can hear it on the song. Nowadays, you hear a song, you hear a nigga from LA sounding like he from fucking Atlanta. And it's like, bruh, like, you know what I'm saying? So like, this Kendrick Lamar album is very, very important because Kendrick Lamar is doing something that a lot of artists, and I think a lot of big artists should start doing heavier, is representing their region to a fault. I'm not even talking about like, oh, I'm just claiming I'm from this area, I'm talking about like, this is where I'm from, and I'm going to show it through my music. You're going to hear the examples of the things I say. You're going to hear the examples to the things I say. You're going to hear it in the samples I use. You're going to hear it in the flows and melodies. You know, me, I like Chuck Brown. I like Go-Go, Chuck Brown and the Soul Searchers. When I make music sometimes, I like incorporate some of like the performance aspects that they have in like some of their live performances or some of the songs that they have. I used to go back and study a lot of like Go-Go and certain Go-Go artists to hear like the voice inflection, stuff like that, because I wanted to be more regional to where I'm from. So, you know, in hip-hop, I think it's a really big thing that we're trying to push this idea of regional sound back into the mainstream, into the forefront, because, I mean, like, I'm not going to, like, say anybody's not a part of hip-hop, but there's a certain group of people that are coming into hip-hop who don't respect the genre enough to understand, like, what it is to be from a certain place and then make music from that certain place. You have a white boy from motherfucking Nevada rapping like he lives in New York using Atlanta slang, and it's like, what's the deal with that, you know? So I just wanted to come out here and just give a quick word about how I'm really just thinking about how I'm seeing a lot more rappers trying their hardest to claim where they from and like bring that regional sound of wherever they're from back. And I'm really with it. I'm really for it. And I hope as we go forward in the future, stuff like this can just continue, you know, popping up. This is For the Love Of regions. I'm Tammy signing out. Have a good one.